I look towards like the rest of the group as I assume Karn is already into it.
Maybe job.
I nod approvingly.
Okay. Cool. So you guys spend the night there. Everything was paid for in advance, and you set off in the morning back towards Fenbard.
Before we go, I guess I ask around town if there's any merchants or people just traveling there that could perhaps bring 4 along with them so we don't have to get horses.
Give me an investigation check.
Should we all do it?
No, just him.
Roll 20. What is my investigation? 0. 8.
So you don't find anything. I guess if you want to check, Ryan, you can. But only if it's an original idea.
Well, I would have, like, if we all come together and we all decide that that's what we want to do, then...
Yeah. So you guys split up and head in different directions, each of you, trying to find something. Give me investigation checks for everyone else that tries to find some work.
If you have a 0 in that, what is it based on?
I just turned into Sherlock Holmes.
Bridget.
Benedict
Yeah.
Cambersnatch is who I am right now, so what do we got?
So Dante
let's
is like, all right, I'm going to go find a job, and proceeds to like walk right up to a person and be like, hey, do you need some muscle? And the guy's like, actually, I do.
I like.
And he's like, hold on, everyone, come back. I found a job.
I lose a shoe and look for it for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, I found my shoes, guys. Sorry, I didn't talk to anyone. Kind of forgot.
So this guy is a merchant. He makes and sells wood carvings. It's not necessarily like the nicest of stuff. It's kind of like the same swan or goose that you see in every town and for sale at the the gift store. But it's honest work, and he looks like an honest man. I should say, it looks like an honest dwarf. And yeah, he's by himself. And he says that he was going to look for mercenaries anyway.
That is perfect. I think. Well, what does he offer?
Well, let me see where he's going first. I'm headed to Crown Spring, so I can give you.
Do we know the area, by the way?
Yeah, you all roughly know this area. I can link you the map.
Is Crown Spring like on the way to what's it called?
No, it is past Volark.
But it's
I look at
it's the same direction, but you would go past Volark to get to Crown Spring.
I look at Dante and point to myself and say, "Wait."
I don't have a lot of money. I can pay a total of 5 silver per day. Hope that's enough.
My head tilts a little bit and I look at him.
I mean, I only
Why?
sell wood carvings.
What job?
Protecting us. He seems a little intimidated by you.
we will
on the road?
be escorting your wood carvings.
Me and my wood carvings, yeah.
These wood carvings make a lot of money.
I mean, not a lot.
Are you skilled?
Yes, very. Every now and then I get a rich person who comes by and buys a whole lot, but most of the time it's...
How long it cost, or how long does it take you to make these wood carvings?
Well, I whittle a bunch while the cart gets pulled, and I whittle while I wait to sell, and I do it in my spare time, and I get it done.
That
Hard to
was
say.
perfect. You didn't. How long does it take to make a wood carving?
He pulls up like a little horse. Yeah, it took me like a day to make this one, and then he pulls up like a bigger, like a little playhouse. Took me like 3 weeks to make this one.
I turned to Karn and say, Karn, you didn't get the name the Destroyer by just being born, did you?
No.
Well, actually, he did, but he went on to destroy other things as well.
Every time he laughs like that, I laugh right after. I'm like, oh.
How about we get this fine gentleman to make a carving of you, and we get that as payment as well. You want a mini Karn the Destroyer?
I can do that. I could make carvings of all of you in exchange for getting me there.
Well, we'd also take the money on top. Or I
All
guess
right,
before.
you drive a hard bargain, but I hear that the rivers become dangerous these days.
Yeah, we passed through there a couple days, and unfortunately, we had to bury 3 women who were slain. But we did dispatch the fish. Who knows what they're called these days? I don't know. Anyways, Karn, does that work for you? You want a little mini Karn the Destroyer?
Yes.
Dante?
I think so.
I see you found your shoe, Mr. Varnouche. Is that
Yes.
you like the carving?
Little Varnouche it is. I like poke your nose as I say it.
I like as you
I
do that.
wink at
I
you.
immediately bat down your hand like as fast as possible with the force, and just
And
like
I just do as if it was like planned, and I'm like,
okay. And I turn back
Is
to
there
the
bat
dwarf.
here, by the way?
Yeah, is your bat with us?
um.
Does that
Yeah, can
thing
I just
desummon?
keep it at the, like, because I think I can, like, bring it back and make it leave
Yeah, just
Yeah.
describe where it's at.
to Will.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not there right now.
Okay.
Okay.
I bring it out when we're outside, and when we go inside, I keep it in.
Okay. I turn back to the dwarf and I'm like, "You got a name?"
Yeah.
Fine.
The name's Axel.
All right, Axel. Well, I'm Amos. This is Karn. We've got Monster Varnouche, and that guy that looks like it's about to kill himself. That's Dante. We'll
Nice to meet you guys.
We'll
You can
escort
call
you.
me Mr. Toss.
Yeah, I knew it was
Hey-o.
coming.
All right, sounds good. You ready to leave town right now?
Well, this is still that same night, I think, afterwards.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see you tomorrow morning then.
Excellent. I'll see you tomorrow.
Good night, Axel Toss.
Okay.
We walk
You
off.
guys go to bed for the night and wake up the next morning. Axel is out front with his cart. It is a donkey-pulled, dwarf-sized cart. It is not covered in the back. It's just wide open, and it's packed with all sorts of wood carvings. Some of them are small, like this. Others are actually quite big and impressive. There's even a couple sets of dice back there, and a model tower, and some other cool stuff. You know, if you like wood carvings. There's a lot of ducks, a lot of geese, too.
My character seems very interested, and I guess I sit with him. Are the rest of the people walking, or do we all fit?
No, once again, you can fit like one person beside him, like a dwarf or a halfling or a gnome beside him, and then everyone else is going to have to walk. It's
I'll
pretty
be on
limited
my raccoon.
space.
Okay. I assume I'm
You
sitting
can
next
hide,
to
my
him.
friend.
Yeah.
And we kind of just shoot the shit about. I get really in depth into wood carving with him as he whittles away at, I assume, is our miniatures. And I don't have anything else to do.
All right. You guys proceed out of town. Can I get perception checks from the whole lot of you?
Sure.
It's D20 plus. Oh, you have a perception skill. That's right.
10. Is that your
It's-
12, Karn?
No.
3. Wow.
16.
16.
Just making sure mine is searching. Hang on. I got mine.
Varnouche, that should be... Nope, you rolled it right. Never mind, I'm wrong.
Okay, Mr. Varnouche, as you guys are heading out of town, you spot Classico talking to a couple of guys, like trying to, pitch them a deal about, being mercenaries, it seems. There's a guy armed with, what is it? It's, he's got like a scimitar and a couple of daggers, and he's looking kind of mean, and next to him is a guy with like heavy chain armor on, with a big, like a long sword or a great sword strapped over his back. And beside him is a cleric dressed all in white, with a big amulet of a stare, a big platinum amulet hanging from his neck. And he's like rubbing his hands together, making this big impassioned speech to these guys. You can't pick up any of the words, but
Okay.
you see him.
Oh, but I can with my bat.
I guess...
So you fly, you make your bat appear and fly over to him and listen in on the conversation.
I'll just tell my party. Hold on, guys. I think Classico, our driver, is trying to hire these mercenaries to get back the 20 gold we got from him. I can investigate with my bat.
Well, I think he's probably just hiring the men to continue the job, not to get the 20 gold back. But where did you see Classico at? You might be right.
There. Should I investigate with the bat?
I'm just gonna take the forward approach and go say hi.
Is your
You're
bat
right.
fluttering around?
Let's just go talk to them.
Yeah, is the bat like fluttering around? Or did
Yeah,
you...
we're outside, so I guess it's spawned right now.
I raise my arm like this and kind of look at it.
Mister.
You look frozen. I can't tell what you're doing.
Oh, you can't? Damn. I raise my arm up as if I'm calling for the avian creature to land on my arm.
Its name is Sir George Batman.
I look
George
at you
Batman.
and I say, name.
George Batman.
George C.
I kinda-
Looney.
I walk a couple feet and kneel down and look at you and I say, name.
Batman.
And he kind of nods approvingly and says, Batman.
Ah! I look satisfied.
All right, Amos, you have walked over to Classico.
Yeah, I approach. I see one man talking to him with a holy symbol.
There's one man with the holy symbol and two pretty well-armed fighters.
Okay. Classico's back is to me?
No, you're approaching him from the front, actually.
Okay. I kind of like wave as I'm about halfway there.
He spots you and nods at you, and everyone turns, and they all fall silent as you approach.
I say, Classico, who are you talking to there?
Well, since you left me high and dry, I've found a new bunch of guys. And he puts his arm on the shoulders of the two fighters. And they're going to keep us safe, even if you're too much of a pansy to do so.
Well, it had never occurred to me that you were going to screw someone again so soon. Guys, he doesn't have any money. The jade that he's selling or trying to sell is glass, by the way. So,
Wait, you said you weren't going to talk about that.
you
I
could.
paid you good blood money to keep silent.
You didn't pay me blood money at all, sir. I just got the money back that you stole from someone yesterday for buying glass.
You scoundrel.
Anyways, you guys have a good day. Classico, I'm sure, has a lot of money. If not, he's got some glass that could pass off as jade. Hopefully we'll see you in another town, and hopefully, Classico, you stop this shit.
The cleric turns and looks disgusted at Classico and follows out after you. The two other fighters just kind of walk away. And Classico's stuck trying to rally them back, but it doesn't seem to work.
I wink at Classico and raise my top hat.
The cleric walks next to you for a bit and says, Good sir, you have a most kind heart. Not everyone would see through such a charade, and those that did, well, they might just go with it anyway.
Can I recognize the symbol on his...
Give me a religion... I mean, unless you're...
It's
Are you
going to be
particularly
really hard.
religious or not?
No. I would
Give me
say
a
I'm like
religion.
anti-religious, so I know of it, but I don't.
Yeah.
10.
That's enough. That's all you need to recognize who it is. Yeah, it's the god Astaire, god of light. Not light, god of order.
Okay. And what does the cleric say to me?
You're a good person. Not everyone would do that, and even some people that would recognize who he is would, go along with it just for the money.
I look at him and like, yeah, we're on our way out of town. I guess for this good favor, make sure you pay it forward. I haven't seen a stare in the streets in a long time. Make sure you go and help those out in need.
He kneels down, kisses you on the forehead, and does like a blessing symbol in front of you and say, "May Astaire guide your path."
Don't need a stare, sir, but thank you anyways for the blessing. You have a good one.
He gets up and departs peacefully.
Okay.
JP, I'm going to give you an inspiration point for that sucker.
Okay.
Mark it on your character sheet. So, inspiration works thusly. You can only have 1 point at a time, and it's awarded by the DM for inspired role-playing or doing something really interesting or something really cool or playing your character very well, things like that. And basically, during a combat round or any sort of round, you can spend an inspiration point to just take an extra action.
Cool.
And then it's gone. And you can only have one per... one at a time.
Interesting.
Is Classico still there?
No, he is... As you turn back to see him, he has walked off somewhere. You kind of see him walking away in the distance towards the other end of town.
This is how he abandons the jade racket and gets into spaghetti making. He's been foiled.
There's no way I can catch up to him.
Sure. I mean, it would be a bit of a jog. It would take you like 10 minutes, but because he's walking and you're shorter and slower than he is.
Yeah, I turn to the party. I'm just like, I'll be right back. One moment, and I go and catch up to Classico to the best of my ability. And I'm just like, hey, Classico, real quick. Sorry for screwing you over there. I just want to make sure that Newton has a good life and that you're not fucking up.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to put food on the poor boy's table, but you're making it awfully hard.
You're doing it dishonestly. Try to go in the spaghetti business. I heard it's gonna be booming soon.
Spaghetti?
Look, it's gets. I had a dream once where I had pasta and it was, fuck, you don't even know what that is. Anyways,
I mean,
look,
I know what pasta is.
You get some, tomatoes. Have you ever had a tomato?
Red plants.
Get
right?
a tomato and get a bunch of tomatoes and squish them together. Stew them in a pot and throw some pasta on top of it. It'll be good. It's an old dish.
Uh-huh.
You have a good day now.
Yeah, fuck you too.
Just like, you'll thank me. I just keep walking off. And join back up with the rest of the party.
Okay.
And I'm just like, sorry about that. I had to go have final words with Classico.
Are you trying to kill us?
No, he was gonna screw another party over.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm very scared of the outside world. I've only lived in my little gnome village, so I don't know how you outsiders treat people.
I laugh and
I kind of wiggle my hand when I see that. I'm like,
I laugh and I'm just like, yeah, I understand. I like to see the good in people. So sometimes you're right. Hopefully most of the time I'm right.
Well, that reassures me. This is great. Let's move on.
Axel, I believe we're ready. Just jump on.
All right, let's get out of here. He gets his stuff and moves the cart forward. The donkey gives a little bit of a shit and pulls the cart, and everything moves. Any particular things you'd like to ask Axel? Anything that you'd like to do over the course of the day?
Neal. It's a donkey. You said anything you'd like to ask.
Oh, yeah. Mistake.
Very clever.
Very clever.
Not particularly. No, not for me at least. Dante, Varnush,
I have nothing I need.
I walk alongside and just kind of commune with whatever animals you see that I encounter, which is probably not much.
Yeah, there are plenty of people on the road, and the day passes, and you eventually end up in Fenbard a little bit before sundown. Axel says, good progress today, guys. Now, only 2 more days, maybe a day and a half to Valark, and then a nice, long, peaceful journey out down the dusty road to Crown Spring. I don't suppose any of you guys are from this region.
I know a thing or two about it.
Yeah? Have you ever taken the road between Valark and Crown Spring before?
Can I roll to see if I have?
You can just decide whether you have or haven't.
Actually, I would say no.
Well, it's a nice, long, straight shoot. Takes about 4 days to get there. There's no other roads, or not roads, buildings, or cities, or towns on the way. It's pretty much just empty space. Usually not too dangerous, but then again, there's no one around, so there's always the potential. I honestly think that's where we got to keep our eyes out.
Okay. Sounds good to us.
All right, good. And once we get to Crown Spring, well, that'll be the end of our business, but depending on how things go, I might have need of you a few days later.
Can I ask you a question, Axel?
Of course.
Instead of making me as a sculpture, can you do what I tell you, the description of my wife?
I'll do my
best. She's very similar to me, just as a female.
Okay, a female version of you.
Yes.
All right.
Bigger eyes and a little bit plumper.
Gotcha. Bigger eyes, a little bit plumper.
Yes.
And I say, I'm sitting there as well, and I say, breasts.
Oh, she has great ones.
I think that's what she means.
Yes, great breasts. I am a lucky man.
I don't know if you've seen the
And then
play
when
Heavy Metal or not, but that's exactly what I was thinking.
And when he laughs, I just laugh some more, like every time. So I went haha, and then he went haha, and then I go haha.
All right, I think I have been mistaken about what advantage or inspiration does. I think it gives you advantage on any one roll that you make.
Yeah.
I think action surge gives you an extra action.
Oh, okay.
Inspiration gives you advantage. I'm getting my abilities mixed up here.
I believe you are correct, yeah.
Yeah.
That's at least what I remember when I've played the one-shots.
Yeah.
We're in a normal town, right? Right, Neil? Like it's a normal city?
Yeah, this is the town that you started in, actually.
Okay. I get up and say... I don't say anything, I just kind of like give that like, okay, look. And kind of walk out. I'm going to head to the sheriff's house again. Or a new sheriff, I guess.
Okay. You head into the sheriff's office. There is a a tall dog man looking person standing before you. He's got short
Did you say
ears.
dog man?
Dog man sort of guy. He's not like a hound dog, but he's got like short fur all over him and kind of like the doggish like face and small eyes. And kind of smells like dog too. On his lapel, he's like a shirt on. It's furry all over, but he's got a big shirt on too, and on his lapel is the sheriff's badge. You're a half orc. You would recognize this as a gnoll.
Oh.
They're usually evil creatures, but apparently this one is the sheriff of this town.
I try in orc. I say, good evening.
Speak in the common tongue if you wish to commune with me.
Warrants!
I have no outstanding warrants. I take care of all of them myself.
Jobs?
Do you like digging latrines? I need a new latrine dug.
Yes.
Excellent. Come with me. And he takes you out into the backyard where there's literally like an outhouse, and he points to a spot next to it. I need a new hole, as deep as you can dig it in a day.
Pay?
It depends how deep the hole gets dug. The deeper the hole, the more pay.
Alright, he gets excited about that idea, Neil. He uses his 19 strength to dig as much as he fucking can.
The gnoll hands you a shovel and says, "Get to work." And then goes back inside his sheriff hut.
I hang up. I actually do this in the full nude. He takes off his loincloth and his shirt and kind of sets it on a fence. And then he just fucking... The idea to him that it's as deep as it gets is as much as he gets paid is like insanely invigorating. So he just goes to town.
Cool. Give me a strength check.
Nice. Alright.
Should be a +4 for you, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Just D20 plus 4.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah. You dig the shit out of that hole. I mean, there's shit about to go in it, but you really dig up that hole.
I got it.
At the end of the day, or I guess it was already near the end of the day, but by the time you're done digging, you're up to like your cheeks in the hole, and you exhaustedly climb out of it, and the gnoll's like, "Well, that's a surprisingly deep hole. Well done there. What did you say your name was?"
I give him the warrior's handshake and say, Karn!
Karn the ditch digger. Well done. Here you go. And he pulls out 7 silver coins for you. That's like $70 for a day's worth of work. That's pretty good.
He shrugs, puts on his clothes, and then walks off.
Okay. The rest of you guys, what are you doing?
Is this a big town?
It's kind of small.
I will, if I can, I will attempt to buy some lead-based ink. Worth
We're
Worth
so
it.
specific.
at least 10 gold pieces, just randomly. I'd like that.
Oh, wow.
There's no such thing in Fenbard, but you have the feeling you could get it in Valark really easily.
Okay,
It's kind of a small town. Yeah. Okay. Anything else you guys want to do?
Is there a library?
Whatever library might have been in this town is closed by now.
I look disappointed.
Yeah, and as you ask around, there is not a library.
Oh.
There are a few libraries in this day and age. This is the age of might, so books are still kind of a new thing.
Oh.
Ryan, does your character go to the bar?
Yeah, sure. I'll drink some.
Okay,
Is there
Oh, go ahead, Jen.
No, go.
I was gonna say if sorry, looking at names. If Dante's at the bar, I grab a drink and sit down next to him. And I don't say much. I just kind of just like stare at the drink for 10, 15 seconds. Then I look at Dante and I'm like, so what are you doing here?
What do you mean? What am I doing here?
What's your story? I'm having a conversation with you.
Well,
I gave up pageantry. Since then.
I wanted to be beautiful, but then I rolled a 7, so that was just out of it. I was once a warrior, but that was for my youth, and I've given that up. I found that staying out of harm's way a little bit more is more my speed. I've been injured in the past.
Where'd you learn to to work magic like that?
I have I guess you could call him a mentor who taught me.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm just curious is all. I've seen magic turn people into something they once weren't. If you know what I'm saying.
Well, if you take a look at me, I was once much more muscular, and I've since sort of wasted away, if that's what you mean.
Well, I mean, something a little more dire than that, but you be careful with that. I don't. Just be careful with it.
I sort of hear what you're saying, and I have to say that the way that you treated the jade salesman back there sort of inspired me.
Well,
it was very noble of you.
But Neal, did it actually?
It didn't actually inspire him.
It inspired me, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, technically speaking, JP, at any point in time, if you
I can
feel
give
that
it to
another
someone,
player,
right?
yeah, if you feel they've earned it, you may give your inspiration to another person.
Gotcha.
Then you lose it.
Gotcha. Yeah, and I'm just kind of like, well, I was just doing what needed to be done. About that, the gig you were talking about. What was it that you needed?
Some lead-based ink. 10 gold's worth.
Oh, so you just need some supplies, is what you're saying.
Yeah, just it
What?
helps me to cast my spells.
We should just why don't we just buy you some?
Well, we haven't had tons of luck with making money. We're all a little meager in terms of our gold, but since we got some from the jade salesman, that was sort of my plan.
Okay.
I looked around the town today, and they don't have any here, but perhaps on the our next stop we can find some.
Gotcha. All right. Well, let me know if you need any help with that. If I can help you with being better in fights, which keep us all alive, then I'd be interested in helping.
Absolutely. Perhaps I know you're not interested in stealing, but maybe you can help me find a better bargain.
Sure. And it's not that I'm not interested in stealing; it just has to be the right mark.
Maybe I can do some digging, not like the kind that Karn has been doing today.
Yeah, I saw him outside digging. He must have.
Yeah. I think he's making a shithole, for lack of a better word.
Well, if they ate the food here, then they're gonna be shitting out there for sure. So yeah.
Absolutely. They call it chipotle.
I think. Yeah, I've heard. Yeah, I told that whatever that guy, the merchant Classico. I told him he should go into. Yeah, have you heard of spaghetti? And I just kind of like start talking to him about spaghetti. We just sit there and drink.
Okay. So at this point, a man walks over. He's wearing studded leather armor. He's got a short sword at his side. He's got kind of worn clothing on, and as you look over him, there's like cuts in it. It looks like it's been torn in battle, and he looks like he's got a few battle scars. Like he's seen his fair share of combat, it looks like. And he leans in on the table. All four of you are sitting around it right now. And he goes straight at JP. Are you Amos?
Who's asking?
I think you owe me 20 gold.
You want a Classico's thugs?
Let's just say it's known that you pissed someone off and that our reward is sitting on you. So I think you and I need to have a little chat outside.
Does he look like super veteran?
Super veteran's hard to say. I mean, he's wearing studded leather. He's got a short sword and a dagger. He looks a little bit tough. He definitely looks like he's seen his way around the block. You doubt you could take him by yourself.
Hey, I kind of like look at the rest of the party, and then I'm just like, did you working for someone or you working for yourself?
Working for myself right now. Let's just say I got a handy tip from someone who wants to do you wrong.
I stand up and act like I don't know Amos and act like I'm...
I mean, he came over while you guys were like exchanging those lines. It's pretty obvious you were talking to one another.
Oh, never mind.
Okay. He motions for the front door and says, "Come on, let's go outside. We want to make a scene."
1 second, and then we'll go outside. Hey, Karn, you want to fight for me? Oh no, Jeff just disconnected. We'll take our break. We'll have the conversation. We'll say that happens, and then we'll let Jeff deal with the conversation when we get back.
He's very steady.
Yeah, because he just got dropped. So we'll be right back, and we'll go into the final portion here of season 3 Alum, and then we'll come back and do the final portion. Be right back, guys.
Peace.